Bliss is the byproduct of touching truth again and again. Bliss in itself is not the goal. And here I want to talk about how sexuality and spirituality are actually two sides of the same coin, and sexuality as the portal to the connection with the divine. I'm Emela Pear. I'm a sexual and a spiritual coach, and I help people to connect deeply with themselves, with their bodies, and with their truth. So today I want to talk about how sexuality and spirituality are two sides of the same coin. We must have heard many times this phrase, your body is your temple. And it's really good because that has helped us to be more conscious and aware about what to eat, how to sleep, when to exercise, and it has taken us as a culture to be more positive about our bodies. And there's another interpretation that actually has came to me, and it's from my own experience, that your temple, your body's your temple, means that there is no temple outside from us that we need to go to in order to access the divine. There's nowhere to go to pray for the divine to be shown and revealed to us. Our bodies, our temple, means to me that we have everything within ourselves and we have everything inside the body to connect deeply with the divine. We have very deep technology in our bodies. We have the chakras, we have the different centers, and we have different channels. And all of them, when activated, they reveal the experience of truth. For example, when we work like moving the energies with, for example, tantric practices and visualizations, we can reach moments where we activate the pineal gland and we see things differently. We can touch truth as it is. And so the body has everything that is needed in order for us to actually touch the divinity. And there is this philosophy, the tantric philosophy, that it's not so much about sex per se, but it's about accepting the body and using the body for liberation and awakening. So in this tantric philosophy, the main premise is that everything is an emanation of the divine. The divine has two sides, one of them being the awareness and the other one being the manifestations of that awareness. And everything that we see, we perceive, is that manifestation, is the display, the dynamic energy dancing and swirling around. So if everything is a manifestation of the divine, nothing can be wrong or bad, and nothing can be lower than. So the body would not be a sin, would not be dirty, and sex cannot be dirty either. So everything is included in the experience of awakening and liberation. And so, why do I say that sexuality and spirituality are two sides of the same coin? Because, as I said before, bliss is the consequence of tapping into truth. And actually, the other way around, it's normally we engage in sex because we want to experience pleasure. We want to experience something really deep, connection. And ultimately, everything that we want and everything we grasped for is looking for the divine. And that sex, because it has a lot of energy, there's the primal energy and the creative energy in that, involves looking and grasping. But when we actually realize and do the practices in a conscious way, doing, for example, full body orgasm practices or self-pleasure practices, and really diving deep into our own erotic self, many, many times we will encounter not only the pleasure and self-love and acceptance that comes from the practice, but we will also find the face itself of the divine. So it's like one way and the other way. There is like a circle. Like bliss will come when we see truth, even if we're not looking for bliss. But then if we actually use the main force of life energy, sexual energy, in our practice and in a conscious way, we are going to actually also reveal the face of God. So this is interesting because in that sense, we're using something that everybody really wants for spiritual purposes. Everybody wants sex. Everybody wants connection. Everybody wants really deep intimacy, but we don't know how to get that. But once we learn and we're curious enough and persistent enough to actually dive into that, we will not only have that deep sexual fulfillment, but we will have fulfillment per se, plus bliss. And bliss will not only come when we are actually doing a practice of full body orgasms, it will come in connection with everything, because bliss is just actually everything is bliss. Awareness is blissful. Our true essence is blissful. And through sex, we can connect again and again to our essence, essentially. Through sex, we connect with the divine when we surrender. It's like things open in our body. Our body's open. And when we're doing sex in a conscious way, our body's open. Our bodies soften. The contractions of ego will slowly dissolve, and we will open into actually bliss, deep pleasure, deep connection with our lovers, with ourselves, and with the divine. When we let go of the ways that we are conditioned to think, when we let go of the constructs of the mind, and we really land deeply in the body, we can access that divine nature that we all are, that everything is. And so that's why I say sexuality and spirituality are two sides of the same coin, because through our bodies and through our deep acceptance of us as sexual beings and entering into the bodies fully, we can see the face of the divine itself. And the other way around, when we actually see the divine, we will have ecstatic experiences that are not sex in a genital way, but sex, what is it? For me, actually, sex is union. It's the union, the ultimate union of awareness and the manifestation of it. When together, when we meet together, when they are together in presence, we can experience bliss. That's it. It's very simple. So, sexuality and spirituality being two sides of the same coin is because when we land in our bodies deeply, when we really accept ourself, our erotic self, our sexual self in its fullest, we access divinity. And maybe that's why for centuries there was this philosophy that was negative about the body and sex, because maybe somebody didn't want us to be awake and free. But now we know better, and so we have the tools, we have the tantric philosophy, so we can actually use it in order to see everything that is manifested, and ourself included, as the divine itself.